going on, fellas? So, subscriber request. I got a few subscriber requests actually, and I gotta get to them. I'm gonna get to them, y'all. It's just a lot of content that needs to be put out. I don't see any lack of content that needs to be put out because I just have so many ideas, and there's a lot of questions that people are asking me that are great. I still see our requests, and I'm gonna get to them, I promise. But back to this guy. So he was just talking about how he was entering the dating game again and kind of worried about the monetary. You know, when it comes to dating, don't want to spend too much money on a chick if you don't know if you're gonna hit or not. And that leads me to this. Guys, you don't even have to date chicks to get the draws. I think that a lot of guys don't understand that. You do not need to take these chicks out on a $150 steak dinner, consecutively to get the draws. You don't have to play, the steady approach all the time. If you're going out to the club, obviously if you're going daytime and if you're getting chicks, in the daytime, it's not gonna be the best segue, but obviously you might be able to. You might be able to set it up where you get her contact and you follow up with her later and you're like, okay, so where you at? You wanna come to my place, da-da-da-da. Even during the day you can do that. I've done that at my job professionally. But, obviously I get more hits if we're already in the setting, like at the club or whatever. So guys, off rip, if you're going out, so we're just gonna say, from going out standpoint, because, he does a lot of clubbing and he likes that too. So, I can totally relate. So let's say you're going to the club or the bar. So before you're going out, guys, and I said this in a video before, I think I got it on my Patreon, about the quality of chicks. So off rip, you're gonna wanna go out with the mindset of having fun. Do not go out with the mindset of trying to get ass, because you will end up with no ass. So that's off rip. But what you gotta understand is the quality of chicks when it comes to this type of approach, because we're not trying to date them. We're trying to get the draws without the date. So you have to hit every single key point, like during that interaction when you're with this chick. And the quality of women, obviously, you're here on my channel. We got alpha mentality. So the quality of chicks we're looking for is pretty high. But at the same time, you got to look at the percentage. Most of these chicks are going to want to go on dates. Some of these chicks have standards. I'm not going to, sleep with them on the first date, or I'm not going to do this, I'm not going to do that. That's normal. Chicks have their own criteria, circumstances. That's why it takes, the right timing, right place. This is just to maximize any efficiency with any chick that you just trying to smash off rip. So let's say this. Make sure when you going out, you're on point. Dressing good, smelling good, looking good, you staying groomed. All right, we got those key points. We out. You're at the club or the bar or whatever. You have to approach these chicks. You have to be in your most abundant mindset. Shout out to AMS. Most abundant mindset. You have to be in your masculine frame, composed, like seductive mentality, guys. You have to be able to charm these women if you trying to get the draws. If you trying to get the draws without a date, if you trying to get the draws the first night or on the first date, you have to charm these women in the limited time that you got. You got to understand that. That means you have to get her comfortable enough to get her back to your place or go to her place so she can drop those draws. All right, so understand that. And now this whole time I'm finna break it down a little scenario that, what I do, but I don't have a checklist of things. I'm not gonna pull out a pen pad and just, okay, this check, this check, this check, this check. I'm not doing that. It's just, the natural flow of things of how I progress. I'm approaching a chick. We're talking, I'm making eye contact, seductive eye contact. Y'all might say it's the light skin look or whatever the fuck. I don't care what you call it. Seductive eye contact, and I maintain it. Don't be looking away from her. Women like a guy that makes eye contact, not creepy eye contact. I'm just saying, if you're talking to a chick, she's talking to you, actively listen to her. Make sure you're looking at her in the eyes seductively. Now, when you're talking back to her, or when you're asking, okay, how'd you feel about that? Or just to add to her talking, because we're gonna want her to talk for the most part, obviously. So when you're responding or making a statement, you are going to talk slowly. And you're gonna have typically a deeper voice. You're gonna be in seductive mode, so you're gonna have a little deeper voice. What's gonna happen there is when you're talking slowly, it's a psychology thing. When you're talking slowly, it makes the other person listen more attentively. So, and this hits with women love that. Women love that stuff. They love to be, kind of coerced into listening to you coming in closer. It'll probably make them come a little closer. You talk a little, deeper, slowly. It'll make them more, attentive. So they're gonna, be intrigued more just from that. So eye contact, check. Talking seductively, check. Slowly so they listen more, check. You looking on point, check. Making sure you're staying masculine and, not, make sure you're composed. She might throw out some shit text. Of course she's gonna throw out shit text, guys. Of course. I don't want to hear, well, what if she throws out shit text? It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. You have to pass those. End of day. Because you're trying to get these draws off that night without even going on a date. You have to hit everything. Everything has to be on point to get this girl loosened up for you. And it's crazy because it's gonna get to a point when you guys start doing this and you start replicating what goes right for you. You start doing things, getting into habits that are good. Man, you will start to notice. I can already tell when I'm approaching a chick at a club or whatever. First off, if I'm attracted to you, I'm automatically in that mode already. Seductive mode activated. Every attractive chick that I want to smash, that's what it's like, okay? So you're gonna start to notice when you're interacting with these chicks and you hitting these points, they might start, like moving their legs, tossing their hair, or, really looking at you all googly-eyed and all that shit. That means that it's working. That means that, this chick is feeling me. I can damn near tell when a chick got a wet spot in her drawers. From when you hugging a chick, we're not going for the freaking grandma hug, the pat on the back and you okay. No, you're gonna grab her waist. You know what I'm saying? When I hug her or I try to pull her in a little bit, I'm gonna grab the waist. But you know what? Before I even get to the waist, I might swoop up by the ass, grab the waist, pull her in, make it a little more intimate that way. If she's feeling that, that means that you are making good progress. If she's feeling that, you gotta make sure you're touching them in the spots, that are activating that kind of feeling for them. On top of the look, the body language goes a long way, y'all. The body language that you guys are reciprocating has to be on freaking point. On point. But I'm telling you, if you hit these marks, man, you will be able to, you can smash a chick that night. I'm not gonna say it's gonna happen 100%. And obviously with the quality of chicks that you're gonna be getting, they might not be looking for that. They'll probably have standards that, say this, say that, but you might be able to still get them. I've done it before. You can still get them if it's the right timing, right place, anything can happen. So you gotta be on point with this. Now, regardless, you're gonna need to learn these skills if you try to get chicks in general. If you learn these skills, you'll be able to go from consistently smashing a chick after the third date to consistently smashing a chick the second day. That'll save you money, that'll save you time, that'll save you annoyance from interacting with this chick. Because we all know that, it comes to a point where the bitches be annoying sometimes. So, you want to make sure you get down and dirty as soon as possible. She's starting to ask where you stay at, okay, this and that. What do you got going on after? You need to take that thing home. And you better beat them cakes, all right? If you ain't got her comfortable at that point, that night at the club or the bar or whatever, then what I suggest is, okay, not a date, really, but a little preliminary kind of after you met her date, where you go to a spot right after the bar or something, you want to get her loosened up a little bit more. I would suggest that, because I've done that before and said, I don't really consider that a first date, but I guess a girl, would feel a little bit more open if you went to some diner joint that's open like 24 hours or late, because it's going to be late, after the club or whatever. So if you did that and you just went to a spot just to, mingle a little bit more, seduce her more, get more time to get her loosened up, that's a good idea too. You don't always have to go out on a date with these chicks. You don't have to go in the intentions of, okay, which chick I'm taking on this $150 steak dinner date? Like, no, nigga, no. I'm gonna try to get the draws without doing anything. First off. Then what that does, that sets you up. that sets you up because now she's thinking, okay, well, you know, let's say you didn't get let's say you guys that you did all this stuff and you didn't get the draws. At least now you know, and make sure you end it on a good note. Even if you don't get the draws, just be like, okay, well, you know, take that. But let's say you do follow up with her, ask her back to your place, first date, if that's the case. And if not, you know, at least you know for a fact that you've already got her to the point where she's thinking about you sexually. So she knows where it's gonna go. At that point, whether you go out on a date with her later or you invite her back to your place, she knows where it's going. She knows that you're the type of dude. Definitely leave some comments, some suggestions of next videos. Check out the social media links in the description box. Support the Patreon. I'm gonna start uploading more videos over there too. I've gotten some consistency with the YouTube channel, so I'm finna, you know, start posting both. Please learn how to seduce these chicks. It'll help you tremendously if you learn how to charm a chick. Y'all be easy. Deuces.